Are you ready to jump into breacher and then explain the difference between a breacher and an explosive breaching? Or are they all the same?
No, they're definitely
I
not the
was
same.
never either one. So
breaching, like I said, was from the basic. You had the basic equipment, ram, pry bar, sledge, just the basic stuff. So being on the ambulance, I was working in EMS.
yeah,
You think of your ladder companies in the fire department. That's all forcible entry stuff.
yeah,
So I was like, well, let me see who I can get in touch with and learn about forcible entry.
yeah.
That's kind of where I took the ball and started really taking a deep dive into like what equipment works in the town. Because obviously they work in Paterson, so you want to see what they carry, how it's utilized, what it, could we use it, can we not use it? And we trained with some of their guys, and then they were like, well, you kind of went over our knowledge, and they put me in contact with someone that taught up at Bergen County Fire Academy, who was actually he was one of the instructors there for forcible entry, and he was like a game changer for us as far as moving forward and progressing as a breaching team.
Yeah.
I got the FDNY forcible entry guide, and I'd read that thing from cover to cover, and learned how to get into pretty much anything. And that's where we really started evolving as breachers.
Well, you two are breaking the mold. You a SWAT guy and a Marine that both can read and do read, so I appreciate that.
I mean, it takes me a long time to read.
Yeah. Can we edit that part out of the broadcast?
Absolutely not.
There's a lot of pictures in this forcible entry guide.
No, I love it.
But that thing is like from like the forcible entry guide. I think I forget how old that thing is, but it still had Paterson's an old town, so it still had a lot of the similar locks and doors and construction. If you think about the new construction now,
yeah.
For training days for breachers, we had Lowe's and Home Depot in Paterson. So sometimes on days where we would train, we would take a little field trip to Lowe's and Home Depot, because most of the people that do work on their house are getting their doors and all that other stuff from Lowe's and Home Depot. So I get to manipulate and touch doors and see what they're made of and look inside, and because there's no knobs on them, so you can kind of see the contents of what's inside. Yeah. So you look at a thin-skinned, exterior door. I'm not going to use a ram on that thing because I'm going to put it right through it because it's not really made of anything.
Yeah.
You really kind of got to do your homework as far as whatever you're going to attack. And that's what we did. And that's what, that's how you train. That's how you learn is by experience. So going there and seeing the material that it's made with, there was a door factory that we had in our town.
That's awesome, dude.
Town, and we went and we trained with those. We met with them, and they showed us a whole bunch of different, fireproof doors and what doors are, for like roll down gates and things like that. So we kind of went down the whole gambit of entry points, from windows to doors to mechanical doors, magnets, all kinds of things. So that's kind of what we did.
You haven't lived until you try to kick a door in and you kick it, your foot and your whole leg goes through the middle of the door. And you're just straddling the inside and the outside.
Tyler, are you telling from experience?
We did not.
More than once.
We didn't want to. We want to look like the Kool-Aid man. We didn't want to look like that.
Well, I'll give you two more stories just because they're funny. One, I was trying to get into this dude ran in this apartment complex, and I was kicking it. It was solid, and I kicked it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I kicked it again, and I heard someone go 2, and then I kicked it 3, and like the whole part, they were counting the number of times it took me to kick the door.
Like the person on the other side?
No, the neighbors. They were laughing.
The person on the other side, that'd be bad.
Yeah, that would be bad. And then my last one was because I was the big guy. Again, I wasn't a breacher. My breaching was kicking it with my foot or slamming my shoulder, all the things you're not supposed to do. I went to go, we were, again, arrest warrant or whatever. I kicked the door, and it was a solid kick. I blew that thing off the fucking hinges, and my foot landed in dog shit, and I slipped and fell. They thought it was a man down, so they dragged me in my white uniform through the dog shit out the door, and I was like, I'm fine. And so then I'm just covered in my whole back.
Oh.
It's not always glamorous.
Who got to ride with you on the way back?
I rode by myself, and that's how that went. And I was trying to do. I did the really macho. I was like lean way forward because I was trying to go home so I could change my shirt out. So I was like all up against the steering wheel, trying not to get shit all over my car.
Hopefully, it was convertible.
No, we were using the old Dodge Chargers, which still I look like a fucking, I don't know, a beached whale trying to get out of the thing. Anyway, I digress.